In 2005, a Yorkshire couple won £1.8 million on the national lottery. Within a few years, the money was gone, their marriage was over, and Roger Griffiths was back doing low-paid manual work just to get by. Around that same era, someone else in Britain won a record 9-figure lottery jackpot and chose total anonymity. No interviews, no photos, no public name. As far as the public record goes, nobody has heard from them since. Same luck, opposite ending. The difference wasn't the money. It was a set of rules almost nobody follows. And by the end of this video, you'll know the 5 big ones, plus 3 more that almost nobody talks about. Now, you might be thinking, I'm never going to win the lottery, so this doesn't apply to me. But sudden wealth isn't just a lottery ticket. It's an inheritance, a business sale, a crypto position that finally paid off, a redundancy payout, a divorce settlement, anything that hands you a large amount of money faster than your brain can actually adjust to it. And here's the part that should worry you. It doesn't really matter how the money arrives. The pattern is often disturbingly similar. One study found that around 4 in 10 people who receive an inheritance spend the entire amount within roughly a year. Other research on lottery winners shows that a meaningful share struggle financially within just a few years of winning. That's not bad luck. That's a pattern. Psychologists and wealth advisors even have a name for it: sudden wealth syndrome, a recognized pattern where a sudden financial windfall can trigger real psychological and financial damage. Common symptoms include isolation from old relationships, anxiety about losing the money, guilt about having it, and impulsive decisions made in an attempt to feel normal again. And here's the uncomfortable part. You don't need lottery-sized money to trigger it. A £40,000 bonus, a £60,000 inheritance, a redundancy payout. The same psychological mechanism can kick in at a much smaller scale than people expect, which is exactly why these rules are worth knowing before you ever need them, not after. So if you ever find yourself suddenly wealthy, whatever the source, these are the rules that separate the people who keep it from the people who become a cautionary tale. Rule 1. Tell no one. In the UK, lottery winners do have the option to remain anonymous, and operators are expected to protect that choice if that's what the winner wants. Historically, a large share of big winners have chosen anonymity, though not all of them do. Here's why the ones who go public often regret it. The moment people know you have money, you stop being you. You become a resource, a wallet, a source of loans that never get paid back, and requests that never seem to stop. There's research on this that sounds made up but isn't. One study found that when lottery wealth becomes visible nearby, neighbors become more likely to go bankrupt themselves. Just seeing wealth close to home can reset what feels normal to spend. Now, imagine that same pressure, but pointed directly at you, from every single person who knows your number. Silence isn't paranoia. It's one of the strongest forms of financial protection available to you, and it's free. Rule 2. Do nothing for 100 days. This is the rule almost every advisor gives sudden wealth clients, and almost none of them actually follow. When money arrives suddenly, your brain isn't making decisions from a place of logic. It's making them from shock, euphoria, grief, relief, or some unstable mix of all 4. None of those are good financial advisors. Roger and Lara Griffiths didn't wait. Within months of their £1.8 million win, they'd quit their jobs and spent heavily on a barn conversion, luxury purchases, and expensive holidays. There was no real plan. There was just momentum. 100 days is roughly the kind of window that gives the emotional spike time to settle and your actual values time to resurface. It's long enough to think clearly and short enough that you're not putting your life on hold forever. During that window, there are only two things you're allowed to do. Keep the money somewhere boring and safe and start building your team, which we'll come to in a minute. Rule 3. Never mix money with blood. Family and money is one of the most reliable ways to damage both at the same time. Take the case of Denise Rossi. She won $1.3 million and hid it from her husband during their divorce. When he found out, the court didn't just award him half. It awarded him the entire amount as a penalty for concealing it. Most family financial disasters are quieter than that, but just as damaging. A loan to a sibling that's never repaid. A gift that slowly starts feeling like an obligation. Money changes the terms of a relationship from unconditional to conditional, even when nobody ever says that out loud. If you're going to help family, give without expecting anything back and put it in writing. The handshake loan is where good relationships quietly go to die. Now, Rule 4 is the one that trips up almost everyone, because it goes against everything people assume wealth is supposed to look like. Rule 4. Never look rich. The Griffiths again. Luxury cars, expensive holidays, a major home upgrade, and Roger reportedly spending around £25,000 recording a rock album with his old university band. Every purchase was visible. And every visible purchase invited another one, because visible wealth creates social pressure to keep matching it. There's a real psychological effect behind this, often called the Diderot effect. One luxury upgrade makes your old possessions suddenly feel wrong by comparison, so you replace those too. A new car makes the driveway feel wrong. A new driveway makes the house feel wrong. It becomes a spiral, and it often starts with a single visible purchase. Looking rich doesn't just cost you money, it can cost you safety. Visible wealth attracts scammers, weak advisors, and old acquaintances who suddenly remember you exist, usually right before pitching you a guaranteed investment. Stealth wealth isn't modesty, it's a filter. Rule 5. Don't tell your children too early. This one sounds harsh, so let's be precise. This isn't about permanent secrecy, it's about timing and structure. Families with long-held wealth rarely hand children full knowledge of it early. They wait until there's a framework in place, a trust, an education, a plan, boundaries around how the money will actually be used. Because unearned money introduced too early can quietly reshape how a child sees work, ambition, and identity. And the earlier statistic matters here too. When a large lump sum arrives without any framework around it, people often burn through it fast. That isn't just a lottery problem, it's a human behavior problem. Tell them once there's a plan, not the day the money lands. Warren Buffett has talked about this exact principle with his own children. Leave them enough to do anything, but not so much that they do nothing. The number matters less than the structure around it. Now here's what almost nobody tells you. There are actually 8 rules, not 5. And the last 3 are the ones that often separate people who protect their wealth for decades from people who lose it fast. Rule 6. Build your team before you touch a single penny. If a serious windfall ever lands in your life, get an independent financial advisor, a solicitor, and an accountant in place before you make a major purchase or investment decision. Not after, before. Rule 7. Don't quit your identity, just your stress. The Griffiths quit their jobs entirely within months of winning, and appeared to lose structure and purpose almost as fast as they lost the money. Loss of routine and identity is one of the recurring themes experts point to in sudden wealth cases. Keep some structure in your life, even if you no longer need the income from it. Rule 8. Treat every opportunity that finds you as a scam until proven otherwise. The moment people know you have money, which, if you followed Rule 1, should be almost nobody, you will get approached with guaranteed investments, urgent business ideas, and people who want access to your capital more than they want the best for you. Especially during those first 100 days, the default answer is no. And notice something about all 8 of these rules. None of them require you to actually have the money yet. You can decide who you'd tell. You can decide your 100-day rule. You can identify the kind of advisor, accountant, and solicitor you'd want in place. You can decide now that visible wealth isn't the goal. That's the real point of this video. Not just what to do if you win the lottery, but how differently you'd handle any sudden financial win at all. So, to recap, if you ever find yourself suddenly wealthy, tell no one. Do nothing for 100 days. Never mix money with blood. Never look rich. Don't tell your children too early. Build your team first. Keep your identity, not just your income. Treat every opportunity as a scam until it proves otherwise. None of these rules are really about the size of the number. A Yorkshire couple lost £1.8 million after breaking many of them in quick succession. An anonymous record jackpot winner appears to have done the opposite. Stay quiet, stay private, and avoid turning wealth into a public event. Out of all 8 rules, comment the number of the one you think would be hardest for you personally to follow. I'll read through and reply to as many as I can. And if this was useful, the video I made on the UK stealth tax follows the exact same pattern. Money problems that stay invisible until you understand the mechanism behind them.